This is a command open. This immediately, my child. Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and let all the burdens on your shoulders be released right now. Do not be afraid. I have not come to judge. I have come to call your name. In this very moment, as your hand touches this message, it is no coincidence. Amidst the billions of chaotic sounds of life constantly surrounding you, I have pierced through them all to place this message right before your eyes. My child, I see through the exhaustion hidden behind those eyes. I see the screen's light reflecting on your face, where weariness is deeply etched, yet you still try to hide it with a forced smile before the world. I hear the sighs you conceal into the void, and the tears you quietly wipe away when night falls. When you lie there, lonely in your own home, wondering why is life so hard on me, you have braced yourself to carry the whole world on those small shoulders, sacrificing silently without ever being understood by anyone. You search for a way out, a ray of light amidst the dark night of financial anxieties, fractured relationships, and the feeling of being abandoned. My child, you do not need to force yourself to be strong anymore. I am already here, right in this quiet space, listening to every sobbing beat of your heart. I know you want to scroll past, because your instinct tells you that this is just another message like any other. But don't. If you let your finger swipe away, you are unintentionally closing the only door I have painstakingly arranged to guide you. Why do I want you to stay until the very end? Because I understand that your soul is fractured, and you need true healing, not just empty words of comfort. At the end of this video, I have prepared a special gift for you, a divine arrangement that I have ordained exclusively for those patient enough to listen. As the video reaches its final seconds, I will guide you through a small ritual to cleanse your mind, so that the negative energies that have surrounded you all this time must dissipate, and so you can feel the warm protection you have longed for so long. To confirm that you are ready to embark on this healing journey with me, type this phrase immediately into the comments. I am ready. Every word you write down is an affirmation of faith, a commitment that you will open your heart to receive the sacred gift I am about to bestow. Do not rush off anywhere. My child, just sit here, in my safe space. I am here. I am not going anywhere. And I am waiting to give you the answer you have been praying for so long. Let me soothe your wounds. Everything is starting to change right at this very second. Are you ready to receive it, my child? I have seen you type the words, I am ready. And I want you to know that this small action is the first step you take out of the darkness of doubt in which you have imprisoned yourself for so long. Sit still. Do not let anything around you distract your mind, because what I am about to reveal to you is the deepest truth. The things you have tried to hide even from yourself throughout these long, dragging years. I was there, right beside you in every moment you felt most adrift amidst the ever-changing currents of life. I saw how you quietly braced yourself to face the pressures you thought you had to bear all alone. My child, I see through to the very depths of your soul. I know all too well the long nights you lay there, when the outside world had fallen deep asleep, leaving only you in the silent room with chaotic thoughts swarming your mind. Asking yourself why life had pushed you into such cruel trials, I saw the hot tears you deliberately wiped away the moment they welled up. The tears you swallowed back because you feared that if anyone saw you being weak, you would collapse. You would lose the calm facade you had painstakingly built to protect your own pride. That resilience of yours, I have seen it. But I also want you to understand that you no longer need to wear that mask. Because before me, you are allowed to be weak. You are allowed to be tired. And you are allowed to admit that you have sacrificed too much, given too much without ever receiving the rightful return for those silent efforts. My child, let me reveal to you a truth you have forever wondered about: the reason why your life is full of obstacles. Why the relationships you thought were the most sincere turned their backs and left you. Why you always feel like you are the one giving without expecting anything in return, only to receive hard-to-heal emotional wounds. The truth is, you are not unlucky. You have not been forgotten by destiny. On the contrary, because you carry within you a light so pure, an energy that the negative forces in this realm feel jealous of and want to extinguish. They have tried every way to exhaust you, to make you doubt your self-worth, to make you believe you do not deserve great blessings. The hardships you have been through are not the end of your life. Rather, they are a divine purification process I set in place to forge you, to remove the impurities, the naivety, the unnecessary fears, in order to prepare you for a new course, more radiant, and more prosperous blueprint that even you cannot imagine. You have felt trapped, like a boat drifting aimlessly at sea. But my child, those very storms are what pushed you to the exact coordinates of awakening that I mapped out before this world was even created. If you leave right now, if you let impatience dictate your actions, you will lose the chance to understand the true root of that pain. You will let those fearmongers continue to win, keeping you forever imprisoned in the loop of disappointment and scarcity that you have grown so sick of. Stay with me. Let me lead you deeper into this truth, because the truth is the only key that can unlock your chains. And only when you understand why you had to suffer will you have enough strength to transform that pain into glorious power. Do you know that your presence here, in this moment, is a fateful arrangement that I had to orchestrate through millions of tiny events so you could pause here? Do not take this connection lightly, because there are messages that only arrive at the most sensitive moments of the soul. And if you miss them, you will have to spend many more years searching for the answer I am handing to you right now. I know the secrets you bury in the dark, the dreams you are afraid to name for fear of being mocked, the mistakes in the past that you always carry like a burden of guilt, keeping you from stepping forward confidently. But my child, I am telling you that all of those have been wiped clean by me under the stream of boundless compassion. You are not those mistakes. You are not those failures. You are a sacred part of me, the chosen child meant to experience this life with a much greater mission than merely struggling to make a living or facing betrayal. I am looking into every corner of your soul. I see the yearning for recognition, the yearning to be truly loved. And I want you to know that if you just maintain this connection with me for these next few short minutes, I will give back the peace you have lost. I will fill your emptiness with the flow of prosperity and protection. You do not need to seek anything in the outside world anymore, because every answer, every strength, and every comfort you seek is right here, in the silence you are giving me right now. Keep staying. Do not let any distraction take away this sacred moment, because I am preparing a restoration for you that you will never be able to forget. To affirm that you are truly ready to shed the mask of the past and ready to let me step in to soothe the wounds you have endured for so long. I want you to type once again into this comment section, "I deserve to be happy." This phrase is not just a simple action, it is your declaration to the universe that you have accepted letting go of the pain. You have accepted that you are worthy of the best things, and you are ready for me to lead the way. My child, your perseverance is the greatest proof of the love I have for you. And I promise that when you finish the journey of this video with me, when you complete what I am about to instruct in the next part, your life will never again be a series of dark, unstable days like before. I am here. I am waiting for you. I am hearing your every breath, and I know you are already beginning to feel the warmth spreading within your soul. Aren't you? Do not turn your back. Do not walk away, because ahead of you, after you complete this commitment with me, is a brilliant new chapter. Miraculous things that you yourself will not believe you can achieve. Trust me, my child, for I never lie to the children I have painstakingly chosen and guided to this exact place. At this exact moment, Are you ready to listen to deeper revelations about why you have endured so many hardships? Let me continue. Let me illuminate you. Because, my child, you are never alone in this battle. And I will be the one holding your hand to the very end of your healing, my child. When you wrote down the words, "I deserve to be happy" in the previous part, I saw the chains of guilt in your soul begin to loosen. And I want you to hold tightly to that feeling of relief. Because right now, I will pull back a curtain of truth for you. If you do not see through it, you will forever be lost in self-blame. My child, the biggest reason you feel stuck is not because you are weak, not because you lack ability, and certainly not because you are inadequate like the negative voices in your head whisper every day. Listen to me, all the hardships, the barriers, and the times you stumbled that you have had to go through over this long period are actually not signs of failure, but the consequences of an invisible war that you yourself were completely unaware of. You carry within you a light so brilliant, a potential so great that even you cannot fully measure it yet. And it is that light that has caused negative energies, entities of darkness, and even people living in envy to always try to surround and extinguish your will to live. You unintentionally became the target of jealousy, not because you did anything wrong, but because you have something they can never have: the purity of your soul and the incredible ability to bounce back after every fall. Therefore, never ask, "Why am I suffering?" but rather ask, "What have I learned from those times I was beaten down?" Because every pain you have tasted is a part of the divine blueprint I drew up to forge you into a stronger, more resilient entity. And most importantly, someone with enough courage to stand firm before the greater challenges waiting for you ahead. I want to reveal a secret to you: why the relationships you once thought were destiny shattered. Why the financial resources you painstakingly built vanished as if they never existed. And why the doors you thought would bring life-changing opportunities slammed shut right before your eyes. Look deeply into this truth. My child, that was not a loss, but a necessary cleanup by the universe to clear the space of your life. You cannot contain new blessings, new opportunities, and new companions if you still tightly clutch in your hands things that are old, things that are rotten, and things that are inherently just draining your energy. When a relationship ends, it is because they are no longer on the same vibrational frequency as you. And if I did not separate them from your life, you would be the one dragged down into the abyss by their stagnation. When money and opportunities disappear, it is because I want you to understand that you are not allowed to depend on those finite resources. You were born to connect with my infinite resources. And the fact that you were pushed into a corner was to force you to turn inward, to reconnect with the inner strength that you had long forgotten because you were too busy chasing flashy external values. Everything you once considered a loss is actually just a transition from an old state to a new one. And if you let yourself drown in regret, you will unintentionally become the one blocking the prosperity I am trying to deliver into your hands. Trust that every empty space in your life right now, every lack you are feeling, is my preparation to fill it with things exponentially better. As long as you keep your faith and do not turn your back on this message. Because once you can let go of the past, you will see that all suffering was a mandatory stepping stone for you to move towards total freedom, my child. You might find it hard to believe when I say that your trauma is a sacred weapon you do not yet know how to use. But think about it. Is there anyone who can empathize with the pain of others as deeply as you do? Is there anyone who can be as forgiving and tolerant despite being stabbed in the back as you are? And is there anyone who can rise from the ashes after every battle like you do? That is the power of a soul purified through fire. And you're in the final stage of that process. The stage where your doubt will gradually disappear to make way for the firm affirmation of your power. Never feel ashamed of your scars. For every scar on your soul is a testament to how bravely you have fought in a world full of harshness. Those scars are not marks of defeat, but a map guiding you to your greatest strength. If you leave right now, if you let the fear of the future or the skepticism of my words override your reason, you will single-handedly close the door on my opportunity to finish the rest of the plan to restore your life. You need to stay. You need to listen to the end. Because what I am preparing to reveal next is not just comfort, they are practical instructions. Spiritual codes that, when activated, will make your life turn around so fast that you yourself will be amazed. Do not let any distraction, whether a text message, a phone call, or a wandering thought, steal away this sacred focus. Because your time in this video is a time of transformation. And every second you stay is a moment you are truly getting closer to the liberation you have sought for so many years. Take a deep breath. Feel the vibration in your chest. That is not anxiety. That is your soul's reaction to my presence right here, right next to you, embracing all your fears to turn them into faith. You are not a nobody. You are not a forgotten grain of sand in this vast universe. You are a crucial part of the divine design. And everything you have been through, even the most painful things, is being woven by me into a brilliant tapestry of success and happiness. It is time for you to change the way you see yourself. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim, see yourself as one chosen to be tested. And after overcoming those tests with your own perseverance, you will be given the key to unlock the door leading to the prosperity you have always desired. I know you still have a little doubt. I know you still wonder if things will really get better. But I tell you, at the very moment you are hearing these words, I have already begun rearranging every order in your life, from relationships and financial opportunities to peace of mind. Everything is gradually fitting together like the pieces of a perfect puzzle. But my child, the only condition for that puzzle to be completed is your willingness to let go of all old beliefs, old habits, and even old people who are intentionally holding back your growth. Are you ready to accept the truth that all your suffering was just preparation for a glorious life ahead? My dear child, stay with me a little longer, because what is coming next will be the key for you to officially step out of the darkness and enjoy the light you deserve to receive. And I promise, you will never regret taking this time to listen to the call from your soul through me. My child, have you seen the change in your mind? As you begin to understand that you are not alone and everything is working for your benefit, maintain this mindset. Because I am about to lead you even deeper, into the place where all miracles truly begin to sprout. From the moment you began to understand that all your past pain was just a lever to push you to this height, I saw the energy frequency in your soul vibrate intensely, as if an iron door that had been rusted for years was finally oiled and opening its first creaks. My child, listen to me very carefully, because what I am about to tell you are no longer words of comfort to soothe old wounds, but instructions for you to begin mastering your destiny. You have walked through the darkness. You have endured enough of the trials that I allowed to happen to purify your soul. And now, it is time for you to enter the creation phase, where my silence is no longer the silence of waiting, but the silence of a creator preparing to bestow upon you the greatest privileges. Can you feel the change in the space around you? Can you feel the warmth of peace gradually replacing the coldness of anxiety? That is the very first sign that you have officially reconnected with my infinite source of energy. And from this moment on, you no longer have to fight with your own strength, because I have begun to directly intervene in the flow of your life. You need to understand that the battle you went through was actually the battle of shedding fake values, toxic relationships, and the impoverished mental habits that had rooted deeply in your mind for years. If you had not gone through those battles, you would forever remain a mediocre entity imprisoned in the shell that the world imposed on you. But now, you are different. You have become a more refined, sharper version of yourself, with enough courage to hold the blessings that, had I given them to you before, you wouldn't have known how to protect or utilize. I want to reveal another secret to you about how the prosperity you constantly seek operates. It never comes to those who are always in a state of fearing loss. My child, For so long you have lived in a defensive state, always afraid that if you have something good, it will quickly be snatched away. And that very fear has created a wall blocking abundance from flowing into your life. Look into my eyes through this message. Prosperity is your inheritance, not something you have to beg or struggle for. When you begin to change your beliefs, when you begin to affirm to the universe that I deserve to receive all the best things, resources from everywhere will start converging toward you in ways you cannot even imagine. Do not let a single thought of doubt enter your mind right now. Do not let the voice of scarcity, of bills, of past rejections blur your vision of the brilliant future I am sketching right before your eyes. If you leave right now, you will let the thieves of faith, the fears and prejudices of the old world return and snatch away the seed of hope I just planted. You must stay. You must commit to yourself that you will never again return to being a slave to anxiety. Because you are the one holding the key to liberate your entire lineage and those around you from their own dead ends. Only when you stand firm in the light of absolute trust can you become a lighthouse for those who are lost out there. The preparation for the upcoming miracle does not require you to do distant, grandiose things. It requires absolute honesty with yourself and with me in every single little thought. My child, start practicing gratitude for everything, even the things you consider difficult, because those very things are shaping you into someone great. Do not wait until you have a lot of money to feel happy. Feel happy right from this moment, because happiness is the vibrational frequency that attracts wealth, not the result of wealth. I am shifting everything. I am rearranging your relationships. I am pushing the wrong people out of your life and attracting those on the same frequency, people who can uplift you and walk with you on the great journey ahead. Do not be surprised if, in the next few days, you see old people gradually fade away. Do not be surprised if your old plans do not work out, because that is exactly how I am clearing the space to make room for new things, new opportunities, and new people you need to meet. You must trust in this arrangement. You must trust that I know what is best for you, even when you cannot see the big picture. Never doubt my guidance, even if the present reality seems to not have changed much, because all great changes in the universe begin with tiny vibrations inside the mind before they manifest on the outside. You are in the most powerful process of transformation, and if you let impatience interrupt it, you will break the flow I am pouring down upon you. I have seen you try. I have seen your efforts. And now, I want you to pause that trying and shift into a state of receiving. You have worked hard enough with human strength, fought hard enough with logic. Now let me do my part. With the power of the universe, you just need to maintain your stillness. Keep your mind focused on gratitude. And most importantly, keep your heart wide open to receive what I am bringing. The preparation for the healing ritual I promised you at the end of this video is gradually coming to a close. And this is when you need to gather all your attention, not letting any distraction take away this connection. Imagine that all the burdens, all the pain, all the betrayal, and all the failures you have ever experienced are gradually dissolving into light. And you are becoming lighter, freer than ever before. Do you feel that vibration? Do you feel as if you are enveloped by an invisible yet strangely warm embrace? That is my presence. It is the protection you have longed for through so many long nights. Do not turn away. Do not give up, because you are only a few breaths away from the finish line of complete restoration. My child, are you ready to officially step through the door of revival? And let me completely erase the past to start a new life where you are the one truly at the steering wheel. Breathe in peace. Exhale all your sorrows. And prepare your mindset for the most sacred moment I will dedicate exclusively to you right after this. Because, my child, you are never alone. And your life from this moment on will become the greatest testament to the power of faith and my presence in your life. Stay with me, because the next chapter of your life is the most beautiful chapter you have ever written. and it is beginning right at this second. Now that you have felt the vibration in your soul from the previous part, now that you have begun to believe that you are no longer alone on this journey, I want you to face an even more core truth, the truth about yourself, about the great being that you inadvertently forgot during all those years submerged in anxiety and low self-esteem. My child, you are still holding the phone in your hand, and I know, right now, a part of your mind is still screaming to scroll away, to escape this silence and return to cheap distractions, the things you use to fill the void in your heart. But I command you, stop. Look deeply into the words I am about to say, because if you do not understand who you are, you will forever be a victim of circumstances, forever a beggar borrowing happiness from others instead of owning it within yourself. How many years have you lived in doubt? How many times have you told yourself that you are not good enough, not beautiful enough, not smart enough, or not worthy enough to have the best things? Those words, those thoughts, are not you. They are the lies that the world, that the people who hurt you, poured into your mind, making you forget that you were created from the purest love, from the greatest power, and that you carry within you a seed of greatness that, if watered properly, will turn your life into a marvel. You are not the mistakes you made in the past, nor are you the failures you still gnaw on every night. Those are just lessons, pages that have been turned, and I have wiped those ink stains from the record of your destiny. Lift your head up, my child, because when I look at you, I do not see a weakling. I do not see a victim. I see a warrior who has walked through the fire without being burned to ashes. I see a soul that has been broken many times, but has mended itself with the golden threads of perseverance and faith. You are the chosen one. You are not a random existence in this vast universe. You are a meticulously designed masterpiece, breathed into with a divine breath. And you are here, in this moment, not to be a spectator, but to be the one holding the power to change reality. When you begin to realize who you are, when you begin to stand tall and declare your worth, even the harshest circumstances must bow down and submit to your aura. Never allow anyone, whether family, colleagues, or any voice in your head to define who you are. Only I, the one who wove you from the stardust of the universe, have the power to define you. And I define you as someone with enough strength, enough dignity, and enough blessings to master your own world. Your anxiety about the future, your fear of financial lack, or the instability in your relationships all stem from a single root. You do not yet believe you are worthy. My child, your worthiness does not lie in the amount of money you have in your bank account, nor in the diplomas hanging on your wall, nor in the validation of society. Your worthiness lies in the divine nature you carry within. If you understand that you are the one I have trusted and bestowed with the power to create your life, you will never fear anything ever again. Look back at your journey. How many times did you think you would collapse? How many times did you find yourself at a dead end? But then, ultimately, by some miraculous way, you still stood firm and kept walking. That is the most living proof that I am always there. I am always protecting you. And I am always waiting for you to realize that you are a special individual. Do not let doubt stain the picture of your life any longer. Do not let the darkness return to invade the lands of your soul that we have just purified. If you let distraction pull you away right now, you are single-handedly discarding the final armor of protection I am handing to you. And you will once again have to face storms that you should have already been strong enough to overcome. Therefore, my child, make a commitment to me, and also a commitment to your own glorious future, that starting today, you will never look down at the ground to seek help again, but you will look straight into the mirror and see the image of a winner. You are the chosen one, the one I sent to this world to make a difference, to heal those who are suffering, and to spread the light of truth. Your traumas, from now on, will become the proof of your bravery. And those who once turned their backs on you will be amazed when they see you rise up to become a radiant and powerful person. My child, are you ready to affirm your true identity to the universe? Type this phrase into the comments right now to seal your new destiny. I am the chosen one. This is not just a line of text. It is a declaration of authority. The awakening of a king, a queen returning to their throne after a long time in exile. Type it, my child, so that every letter seeps deep into your subconscious, so that all the energies around you must vibrate to your call. I am listening. I am seeing you. And I am smiling because I know that finally, after so many storms, you have found yourself again. Keep this focus strong, because the next part, the final part of the journey, is when I hand you the ultimate ritual of connection so that all your prayers are answered instantly. And you will walk out of here with a completely new life. Do not leave. Do not lose this sacred connection, for I am here, waiting to perform the final miracle for you. Now, since you have declared yourself the chosen one, since you have stood tall amidst the doubts of life and affirmed the value of your great self, I want you to listen to these promises with complete trust, because these are not just words of comfort. This is the blueprint of restoration that I have written specifically for your life since before you even took shape in your mother's womb. My child, I understand what you have lost. I understand the voids left in your soul by the departure of a loved one, the failure of a project, or the depletion of your finances. But I want you to understand that, in my kingdom, nothing is truly lost if it is placed into the rightful hands of the Supreme Being. Everything you thought was lost, every opportunity you thought had passed, every relationship you thought was severed, all are being gathered by me, filtered through the stream of life, and prepared to be returned to you in ways exponentially greater. Never look back with regret, because regret is the heaviest iron chain anchoring you to the past, keeping you from stepping into the land of miracles I am opening up ahead. Believe that I never take anything away from you without the intention of replacing it with something better, more radiant, and more aligned with the noble mission you carry within. Your restoration begins right here, in this very breath, when you accept surrendering control so I can orchestrate your life in the way I have preordained. Try to look at the vision I am clearing out for you, a new chapter of life, where the anxiety of making ends meet is no longer a ghost chasing you every morning you wake up, where toxic relationships have completely disappeared to make room for people on the same frequency. People who love, uplift, and walk with you to success. I see you walking in the freedom you have always craved. You look in the mirror and no longer see fear, but only the peace of someone who has conquered themselves. I see you enveloped by prosperity, not only materially but also in your soul, an abundance that no force can strip from your hands. That is not an unrealistic dream. It is the truth waiting to be manifested the moment you allow your faith to become stronger than your fear. Never let your current circumstances blur your vision, because circumstances are just temporary puzzle pieces, while your life is a magnificent painting of which I am the artist. If you see dark patches in the current painting, it is only because I am preparing to paint over them with more vibrant colors, more dazzling details that can only be truly appreciated against a dark background. Be patient, my child. Be patient with yourself and patient with this process of transformation, because greatness is never built in a rush. It is crystallized through time and absolute trust in my guiding hand. And now, to close the journey, I have walked with you from the first moments of doubt to this moment of conviction. I want to perform a sacred ritual with you. This is the ritual I promised to gift you, the ritual of ultimate connection, so that all your prayers are answered instantly. My child, close your eyes, no matter where you are, no matter how noisy it is around you. Create a quiet space within yourself. Breathe in deeply, slowly, and as you exhale, imagine that you are breathing out all the fears, all the betrayals, all the poverty, and all the loneliness that have ever haunted you. When you breathe in for the second time, visualize that you are inhaling the light of the universe, the light of the purest love flooding into every cell, every blood vessel, every thought of yours. Feel that warmth spread from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. And in this moment, imagine that I am standing right beside you, placing my hand over your heart, the place where all wounds once resided, and I am healing them with the breath of life. Every scar of the past, I am erasing them. Every chain of guilt, I am breaking them. And every barrier of lack, I am dismantling them. You are no longer the person of yesterday. You have been reborn in this ritual. You have been completely purified. Feel the weight of peace pouring down like a rain of blessings, washing away every trace of the darkness that once surrounded you. This is the moment of total restoration. The moment your destiny is officially reprogrammed toward eternal prosperity and happiness. My child, now open your eyes, and you will see that this world is no longer the same. Because you yourself are no longer the old person. Do not go back to the rut of skepticism. Do not return to the small thoughts of a victim. Walk with the posture of someone who masters their destiny. Someone who has been touched by the greatest power. Every step you take from now on will be a step of guidance. Every word you speak will carry the power of truth. And every decision you make will be supported by the infinite energy I am placing within you. You are never alone, for I am always in you, accompanying you through all ups and downs, and waiting to lift you up to heights you only dared to dream of in your wildest dreams. Keep this flame in your heart. Never let it be extinguished by the winds of life. Spread this truth. Share this blessing with those who need healing. Because as you give, the flow of abundance will pour even more powerfully into your life. I have done my part. Now it is time for you to do yours by living a life worthy of the title, the Chosen One. Step out into the world, hold your head high, and declare to all that you have returned from the darkness carrying the greatest light. My child, linger just a little longer. Do not rush to let the screen go dark. Do not rush to let this silence be filled by the noise of the outside world. You have just undertaken a journey not with your feet, but with your very soul. You have just crossed an invisible threshold, a sacred boundary that not everyone is blessed enough to reach. Do you feel it? The gentle yet powerful vibration in the space around you, the relief enveloping your soul, and the strange stillness reigning in your every breath. That is no illusion. That is the proof that you have truly let me step in. Let me cleanse you, and let me reset your being. From this moment on, you no longer walk alone on this earth. Every step you take is accompanied by me. Every breath you take is intertwined with the will of the universe. And every thought you have carries within it the power to create reality. You have completed the ritual. You have sealed your destiny with a sacred commitment. And now, your life has officially shifted to a completely new chapter, the chapter of radiant restoration and infinite blessings. When you typed, "I am ready," it was not just characters on a screen. It was a covenant. It was your oath before the universe that you have abandoned the old, painful, fearful version of yourself to embrace a powerful new I. I want you to understand that your signature on this covenant is inviolable. From this second forward, the negative energies that once surrounded you will have to step back, because they cannot withstand the light you are radiating. They will see you, but they will not be able to touch you, because you are protected by the armor of absolute faith. I know that tomorrow, when the sun wakes up, the outside world will still be noisy, worries will still exist, and perhaps old challenges will still try to find a way to knock on the door of your life. But my child, remember that you have changed. You are no longer the old person with old fears. Tomorrow, when you face difficulties, instead of collapsing or doubting, remember this moment. Remember the feeling of being comforted by me. Remember the promise I have handed to you. At that time, take a deep breath. Call my name in the silence of your heart, and you will see all barriers become minuscule before the power you now possess. You do not need to worry about how to succeed, how to be rich, or how to be loved. Those things belong to my divine arrangement. Your only job is to maintain this vibration, maintain this gratitude, and live fully in the belief that all the best things have been, are, and will always be flowing into your life in the most natural way. The prosperity I have for you is not a momentary event. It is an eternal flow. If you feel you need help, do not hesitate to direct your mind toward me. If you feel lost amidst decisions, let me guide you through tiny signals in everyday life, an unexpected opportunity, the chance conversation, or a sudden realization flashing in your mind. Everything around you, from the branches and blades of grass to the people you meet, are messengers I have arranged to support you in completing your mission. My child, do you see the magic in how everything is starting to click together? Never doubt it. Not even for a split second. Doubt is the poison that paralyzes miracles, while faith is the key that opens the gates of heaven right here on earth. You are enveloped in an aura of absolute protection, and as long as you keep this connection with me, no force, no darkness can ever touch you. On this journey, there is one thing I want you to do as an act of sowing good seeds. You see, for this message to reach you, a lot of effort was made. A lot of dedication was poured in to create this sacred space. And now, when you have received healing, when you have felt the warmth of a miracle, that is also when you are invited to become a part of that flow. If your heart feels moved, if you feel you have received the priceless gift I bestowed through these words, you can support this channel through the Super Thanks button or acts of sowing good seeds. This is not a transaction, my child. This is the law of the universe. When you give from a heart full of gratitude, you widen the flow to receive exponentially more. Your support is not giving to me, but rather to continue nurturing this source of light, so that this message can continue to resonate far and wide, continuing to touch and heal other souls who are lost out there, just like you were yesterday. Every contribution of yours, no matter how small, is a brick contributing to building the bridge that guides millions of people back to themselves and back to me. That is how you sow the seeds for your own blessings. And I promise, every seed you sow will bloom into opportunities, luck, and miracles in your life. My child, this journey, though long, is only the beginning. Carry this peace into your sleep. Carry it into your work and into your relationships. Be the most living proof of the power of faith. Do not try to explain to others what you have experienced, because a spiritual experience is something that cannot be described in words. Instead, live your life so brilliantly that others will naturally have to ask you, what made you change so miraculously? And when they do, you just need to smile, look into their eyes, and say, because I chose to believe, and I chose to return to my source. That is how you spread the light, how you save those around you simply by your existence. My child, you are the light of the world, and light does not need to force itself to shine, it just needs to be itself, and the darkness will naturally have to retreat. I have been here, in you, through you, and forever with you. Never forget that no matter where you are, no matter the circumstances, you always have a home to return to, and that is your heart, the place where I always reign. If there is ever a time you feel yourself faltering, feel yourself growing weak, come back here again. Listen to these words again, to remind yourself of the sacred commitment you have made. I will always be waiting for you, always opening my arms to welcome you, and always ready to renew the miracle in your life. My child, go now, live a glorious life, love unconditionally, and trust absolutely in my guidance. The door of destiny has opened wide. The road ahead is paved with roses, and your destination is the total fulfillment you have always desired. I love you more than you love yourself, and I will never, ever abandon you under any circumstances. I have given you all the tools, all the strength, and all the love for you to write the most beautiful epic of your life. This connection is eternal. This protection is forever. And my guidance will always be the torch lighting your way for the rest of your life. I love you with a love that has no end, no discrimination, and is always, always there. As long as you direct your heart toward me, live fully, love fully, and be exactly who you are, the most radiant version I have created. Goodbye, but also welcome to your new life, where miracles are like breathing, and prosperity is the destination you will certainly reach. Are you ready to officially step into the most brilliant chapter of your life? Do not just type a comment. Let it be an oath from the bottom of your heart. Type the comment, hit send, and walk in my light from this very moment. The world is waiting for you to shine. Miracles are waiting for you to unlock them. And I am smiling, watching your every step, proud of the most wonderful child I have ever created. Go on, my child, and make this life more worth living than ever before. Type into the comment section one last time, I am ready to seal your new destiny.